For what?
Imagine a world so dystopian, so enslaved, that stepping off a sidewalk, literally a single step off the public sidewalk, is enough to get you kidnapped and locked in a cage. You haven't harmed anyone, you haven't damaged or stolen any property, yet still you suffer the violence unjustly forced upon you. Your kidnapper mindlessly documents his crimes because he knows his badge protects him from any accountability. The only hope for this dystopian enslaved planet is for a critical mass of people to investigate, notice, and command a stop to injustices like the one you're about to see in this video. Welcome back, everyone. Today's video focuses on a well-known channel, Direct D. If you somehow are not subscribed to his channel yet, go ahead and do that now and let him know that Jim Freedom sent you. I'm covering this video because I took the time to go file a records request about this arrest, and I've received the incident report so we can analyze what the cop wrote down as his excuse for locking someone in a cage. Before we get to the arrest footage and the terrorist report, here are some inconsistencies I experienced during the records process to get this information. I would like to file this records request. I have everything printed there. My contact email is at the top. The highlighted information is all the pertinent specific information I'm requesting.
And have you tried to request it online?
Oh no, I just usually come in and make the request here, and then they give me a reference number and go from there. It's written at the top there. Yeah, audio and video, yeah. And the report as well, yep. And the identification of the plainclothes officer that showed up also. Okay.
It looks like the report and body cam and 911.
And there's one more thing in there about identifying a plainclothes officer.
I'll get that. I'll talk to Sarah and then we'll get with legal and see what they will.
Oh, okay. Is there any way to print out that page of what you just typed in there? That whole page, no, she says. They can't print that whole page. Whole pages are difficult. Can you tell me how long I can expect before it's started? A month or two.
Lisa PD Records, this is Doris. May I help you?
Hi Doris, I'm trying to check on the status of a records request I put in last month.
What is the R number, sir?
It's R.
The audio video is presently taking, the timeline on that is anywhere between 26 to 28 months.
26 to 28 months?
Yes, sir.
For why could it possibly take that long?
Because for every 1 hour of video, 1 hour footage, it takes approximately 3 hours of editing time, multiplied by the number of officers on scene with on body cameras.
That doesn't sound like it would take a full year. I mean, 2 years.
Well, it depends on how long each video is and how many officers had one on.
I mean, I get it, but I'm just doing quick math in my head. There could have been 100 officers on, and it wouldn't take 2 years to go through all that.
Well, we're not just working on yours, sir. There is a queue and we get multiple requests on a daily basis from other agencies, from the public, and the district attorney's office, local court offices.
How is it possible that news like ABC 15 can do a report on something and have police reports and everything really quickly to be able to disseminate that information to the public? How come our news agency isn't being treated the same way?
I'm sorry, so you're a news agency?
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, sir, I didn't know that, and I don't have an answer for you, sir.
Okay. What did you say your name was again? I'm sorry. Doris. Okay, Doris. I feel like I'm being treated really unfairly here. I feel like I'm being discriminated on, so I'm sure I'm not the only one that's discriminated on, but we got to do something about this, because that's just unacceptable. 2 years? How can I run a news agency if I'm waiting 2 years for every bit of information I'm trying to get?
Well, I'm sure this information was disclosed when you were setting up your request.
They did not tell me that it would take 2 years, no. The one lady said that it could take a month or two. A month or two. And I told her that a month was pretty reasonable, but let me know when it's ready. And now you're saying 2 years. That's quite a difference.
Sir, I don't have an answer for you. Again, I'm just told the timeline at this time for audio video is 26 to 28 months. I don't believe there's any discrimination involved. But again, you have your opinion as well.
Sure. You would agree, though, that ABC 15 is able to obtain records a lot quicker than I am, right?
I'm not agreeing to that, sir. I can't speak on something that I'm not, a part of.
Okay. Okay, Doris. Thank you for your time.
Instead of being well-trained to actually perform their jobs, they are well-trained to read the I don't know anything script and deflect any criticism about the massive and disgusting money machine that is your government.
I received an email. It reads like something's ready, so...
Okay, still waiting for the video. It's still not ready. There's nothing ready at this point, at this time.
There's nothing ready?
No, there's nothing ready.
What's the email about then?
I don't know, sir. Let me see. It looks like there's a report ready. They emailed it to you?
They emailed me that it was ready, and then I could come pick it up, yeah.
It's the report.
Okay, perfect. And then does it contain the identity of the undercover officer?
That I don't know, sir. I couldn't tell you. Because I didn't read the report. I don't know what the report is about.
The report has nothing to do with the identity of the plainclothed officer. The report also fails to identify the other uniformed officer on scene. From the records department all the way to the officers writing the records, it seems none of them are very good at the most basic functions of their respective jobs. What you see is what you get. This man walked up, maintained plenty of distance, and stepped just off the sidewalk so he could record without impeding any possible sidewalk traffic. And that was enough for this obvious case of little man syndrome to abuse his perceived authority and kidnap the cameraman.
I'm actually not trespassing. I'm standing on a meter. This dumbass. Sicko where I'm standing, you guys. Says I'm trespassing. Says I'm trespassing right here. Morning, Cobra, M-Star. That's Palmer. So I've already been threatened with trespassing right now. This idiot said I was trespassing by standing right here. Ain't been here 2 seconds. Wouldn't that be crazy if you could get arrested for trespassing just off the sidewalk? It's not that crazy because you can. This idiot will probably do it. Go ahead.
The first thing I noticed is that the first 3 paragraphs are completely irrelevant and have nothing to do with the person arrested. Page 2 begins with a lie. He stepped in the gravel and then onto a concrete pad. No, he didn't. He stepped directly onto the concrete pad of a public utility, not of someone's private property. This business has a trespass enforcement letter on file. They have had many people trespass on their property, and so they have requested enforcement of the trespassing laws. He tries really desperately here to make it sound like the auto repair center requested this man to be punished, but they didn't. He even straight up lies about it in page 3. Lorenzo felt very strongly that he did want to cooperate with the prosecution of Ruff trespassing on the real property. If that were true, then why did the charges get dropped? Oh, speaking of page 3, he calls Miranda rights Miranda warnings, and he acts like seatbelts are a request-only basis. I started driving him to jail when Ruff asked to have his seatbelt on. I was only driving a few seconds. 2 more things I wanted to point out about this incident report. Just before another unit arrived, this officer is talking about the plain-clothed officer that showed up that we're trying to get the identity of and they're trying to ignore. So I appreciate this officer making a note of it in the report to document that another officer did indeed show up, so they can't ignore it. And lastly, notice how much of the report is basically just a transcript of DirectEase video. Ruff appeared to be video recording with his phone. In Ruff's video, he stated on his video, again he said, in his own video he shows, he made another comment that, Ruff continues to comment on his own video, this cop loves it so much it makes me want to watch it. Let's go watch it.
I'm showered and ate up. What I'm doing is actually staying off the sidewalk so I'm not blocking it. That's Palmer right there, you guys. Oh, I know. Yeah, see, the private property sign is over there. I'd have to go on the other side of that. Dumbass. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
I'll go get my car. I'll be right back.
loser. You can't be trespassing on fucking utilities, you moron. This is what dumb cops do, though. They threaten you. I don't like my anonymous mask.
It's the girl, you know what I mean? She's by herself, has a woman, she's by herself. So I'm like, alright, yeah. I thought this was gonna be a couple.
Fucking loser. So this dumbass looks like he might want to arrest me right now, folks. Just FYI. I'm gonna eat this one because I'm standing where I'm allowed to be standing, so he can suck my ass. This will be a great lawsuit. What do you think the property line is for here? You think that these utilities are the property line? You think he's sitting on their property, or is he still on public property right there? I know Mason PD's watching. You better tell Palmer to shut the fuck up. He's trying to get approval to arrest me right now. How much you want to bet? This is my positioning. This is the sidewalk. Howdy, folks. Oh, we got another Mesa unit coming. He wants to arrest me so bad. What do I have to move for? These idiots. Let's go see if Palmer's CAD's open. For what?
The video ends here as Directy locks his phone so the cop can't do anything nefarious with it. A wise decision if you ever find yourself in this situation. The charges in this case were dropped, but the damage had already been done. And this problem is not limited to the United States either. Remember, the sun is always shining on half of the planet and dark on the other half at any given time. On the daytime side of that, you can be absolutely guaranteed that within that daylight, there are many poor souls suffering similar or worse fates under the boots of government thugs. On the nighttime side of that, you can also be absolutely guaranteed that within that darkness, there are many poor souls suffering similar or worse fates under the boots of government thugs.